Welcome to True Girl, a podcast for girls and their moms. I'm Claire Black. Together, we'll explore God's truth for us, one drive at a time. This is the last episode of Season 21 of the True Girl podcast. Did you think we'd spend so much time talking about sheep and gates? Okay, if you've listened to this podcast for a while and you know that Dana has a farm, maybe you weren't surprised. But more than that, we've talked about how gratitude begins with a joyful noise, that it helps us worship with gladness, that it grows when we remember we're God's sheep, and that Thanksgiving is the gateway into His presence. Well, today, we're ending the season at the very top of Mount Nittany in Pennsylvania.
Okay, Dana, whose idea was this again? Because my legs and my lungs are not happy with you right now.
I feel ya, but don't blame me. You said you wanted the best view in all of Pennsylvania.
True, but remind me why best view always has to mean longest climb. Couldn't we just Google a picture of it?
Stacy, that's not the same thing. A picture doesn't give you the wind on your face or the sound of the birds.
Yeah, but right now, all I feel is sweat on my face and my stomach asking for snacks. Please tell me you packed snacks.
Of course. Trail mix, granola bars, some apples.
Whew. Thank you. Because nothing says Stacy on a hike like mid-climb snack emergencies. Did you see that? That chipmunk just ran across the trail.
Yep. Pretty sure he was headed straight for our trail mix.
Oh, no. I'm not sharing with him. He can have the raisins, though.
Deal. You know, this reminds me of how sometimes God gives us little joys even while we're working hard. Like a chipmunk sprinting across your path just when you're ready to give up.
Okay, I'll give you that one. At least it's not raining this time. I'm still grateful we got a second chance to hike after getting rained out the other day.
Me too. You know, God really did give us a perfect day. I mean, blue skies, a cool breeze, no mud puddles to slip in.
Oh, wow. Okay, you were right. Look at this view. The valley, the town, even the creek way off in the distance.
I know, right? It's breathtaking, isn't it? From down below, all we could see were trees and rocks, but up here, the whole picture comes into focus.
Yeah, it's kind of like the difference between ants and owls. Remember those ants that crashed our picnic last week?
Well, how can I forget? They were determined to steal every crumb of your sandwich.
Exactly. And all they could see was the little square of blanket in front of them. But up here, on this mountain, it's like having owl eyes. You see the whole valley, the forest, the farms, the town, everything working together.
It's a perfect picture. When we were at the bottom, you know, those trees look massive, and that one building seemed to block the whole view.
But now, from up here, they look so small compared to the whole scene. I can see how it all fits together.
Kind of like a puzzle. We only had one piece of it. But now we have the full picture to see how it all comes together.
It kind of feels like what gratitude does for our hearts.
Yeah, almost. It doesn't always change the trees or the buildings or the problems, but it trains us to look up toward the one who has the full picture. We stop seeing just what's right in front of us, and we start looking toward God and what He's doing to show us how our pieces come together.
Kind of like a football coach calling the shots. He sees the whole field and knows what to do next.
Exactly. Psalm 100 verse 5 says, "For the Lord is good, and His love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations." Gratitude lifts our eyes from the little details of life to the big picture of God's forever faithfulness.
So even when I'm stuck in the middle of something hard, choosing gratitude helps me see beyond the moment, like climbing to the top of this mountain.
Yeah, gratitude expands our perspective. It reminds us God's goodness isn't temporary. His love and His faithfulness, they last forever.
You know, standing up here makes me realize I need moments like this more often. Moments that remind me to look up and out instead of only focusing on what's right in front of me.
Oh, yes, Stacy, and that's exactly what Paul was talking about in 2 Corinthians. Oh, we need to read that.
Let me just pull up my Bible app here. Okay, here it is. 2 Corinthians 4:16 through 18. That is why we never give up. Though our bodies are dying, our spirits are being renewed every day. For our present troubles are small and won't last very long, yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. So we don't look at the troubles we can see now. Rather, we fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen. For the things we see now will soon be gone, but the things we cannot see will last forever.
Such a powerful reminder. Paul doesn't say our troubles disappear. He says they're small compared to what's eternal. And gratitude doesn't erase the hard things on the ground, but it does lift our spiritual eyes higher so we can see what matters most, Christ and his forever promises.
Yes, because when I'm focused on what's down on the ground, my problems, my stress, my to-do list, that's all I see. But when I stop to thank God, it's like my gaze shifts upward. Suddenly, I remember he's bigger than all of it.
Exactly. The Bible tells us time and time again to remember, and I think that's because God knew our memories were short. It's easy for us to focus on what's right in front of us and forget the ultimate goal of our lives. And I think gratitude helps train our hearts to remember that Jesus has overcome everything. He is our shepherd. We can trust him to take care of us and to protect us. Gratitude, it redirects us. It pulls our attention away from what feels temporary and heavy, and it reminds us that Jesus is eternal, unchanging, faithful.
So it's not that gratitude changes the problems. It changes where I'm looking. Instead of staring down at the rocks and dirt, I'm lifting my eyes to the mountain peak where Christ is.
That's right. And think about it. When you're staring down, you only see the mess. Muddy shoes, sore legs, maybe even the rocks that are tripping you up. But when you lift your eyes, your whole perspective shifts. You see the sun breaking through the clouds, the valley stretched out before you, and it's beautiful. Gratitude's like that. It's a choice to look up and see God's big plan.
It makes me think of looking at my phone, too. If my eyes are always glued down at my screen, I can miss the amazing things God is doing all around me. Gratitude is like tilting my head up. Suddenly, I notice what's been there all along.
Yeah, and that's what Paul was getting at. Our present troubles are real, but they're temporary. Gratitude reminds us to lift our eyes from the temporary to the forever stuff. It says, I won't let this problem on the ground be my whole story. I'll thank God for his forever goodness instead.
And the coolest part? When I shift my gaze, my problems feel worth it for the ultimate goal. I trust that Jesus is going to take care of me and my situation. The same Jesus who was faithful yesterday, who is with me today, and who will never change tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the forever perspective Psalm 100 is leading us to. Gratitude doesn't just count today's blessings. It keeps our eyes fixed on the God whose goodness, love, and faithfulness will never end.
That makes me want to thank him not just for what's happening right now, but for who he is, for being faithful yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
And that's the next perfect step. Gratitude is like climbing a mountain. It shifts your view, and you don't always need a summit like this. You can practice it anywhere.
So, True Girl, here's our final challenge for you.
Yeah, this week, take time to look up and out. Find a place where you can see far, maybe a hill, your backyard, even just looking up at the sky, and thank God for who he is.
It could be as simple as, God, thank you that your love never ends. Or, God, thank you that your faithfulness will continue through all generations.
And don't do it just once. Make it a habit. Maybe set a reminder on your phone, or maybe leave a sticky note by your bed that says, look up. Each time you do, pause to thank him for something bigger than what's right in front of you.
Like if you're stressed about a test, take a second to look outside and say, God, thank you that your faithfulness is bigger than this one grade. Or if you're upset with a friend, you could whisper, God, thank you that your love for me never changes.
And when you do that, you're lifting your eyes, just like we did on this hike. And you're seeing the bigger picture of God's goodness. The little things that feel overwhelming, they're not going to disappear, but they will seem smaller in comparison to his forever love and faithfulness.
And that's the whole point of this season, isn't it? Gratitude opens our eyes wider than our problems, wider than our fears. So we can see the God who has always been, who is right now, and who always will be. Okay, Dana. Now that we've taken in the view, I've got one big question. How exactly are we getting back down? Because my legs are officially filing a complaint.
Oh, Stacy, don't tell me you're already lobbying for a helicopter rescue.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm lobbying for. I mean, we climbed all the way up here. We've earned it. Just imagine, swooping down with the wind in our faces like movie stars.
Oh, wow, that would be quite the exit, but nope. No helicopters. The only way down is the same way we came up, step by step.
Oh, no. My legs are not happy with you right now.
I promise you, Stacy, downhill is easier. And think about it. We can use the time to be grateful for the things we passed too quickly on the way up.
Okay, you've got a point. Honestly, I've got to admit something. Even with the sore legs and the wheezing lungs, this view was worth every single step.
See? That's the beauty of gratitude. It doesn't erase the hard work, but it changes how we see it.
Exactly. I'm grateful for this view. I'm grateful for the chance to do it again after the rain canceled our first time. And I'm really, really grateful for the nap I'm going to take when we finally get back down.
I will not argue with that one. Gratitude for naps is a very real thing.
So, final vote. Breathtaking mountain view? Totally worth it. Helicopter rescue? Still my preferred option.
Well, maybe next season, Stacy. For now, it's just you, me, and the trail.
True Girl, gratitude doesn't end at the mountaintop. It lasts forever because God's goodness lasts forever. Psalm 100, verse 5 says, "For the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever, and his faithfulness continues to each generation." God's love never runs out. His goodness doesn't fade when life gets messy, and his faithfulness won't skip your generation. The same God who cared for your grandparents and their parents before them is the same God who cares for you right now, and he always will. So this week, practice looking up and out when you're tempted to focus on just the little problems in front of you. Pause and thank God for the forever picture he's painting in your life. Whisper thanks for his goodness in the past, his love in the present, and his faithfulness for your future. And as you do, keep memorizing Psalm 100 with us, because you've almost got it. Celebrate finishing strong by reciting all 5 verses with your mom this week. Let it be a reminder that gratitude isn't just a season, it's a lifestyle. Sadly, that's a wrap on Season 21 of the True Girl podcast, Gates of Gratitude. We've laughed, we've sung with donkeys and peacocks, we've weathered rainstorms and climbed mountains. But most of all, we've discovered that gratitude changes everything. But it's not the end of great discussions. Keep an eye out for the next season. See you then. The True Girl podcast is produced by Revive Our Hearts, calling women of all ages to freedom, fullness, and fruitfulness in Christ.